Hi, I'm Liz Larson with The Art of Frosting. Today, I'm actually making pumpkin pie. I would imagine that you decorators, the ones out there, you know who you are, who are called on to make all the holiday desserts, all the holiday cakes, are called on to make the pies as well. Now, pies from scratch don't have to be hard, and they don't even have to take a long time to make. This is a pumpkin pie from scratch, and it really takes about 10 minutes to blend up in the blender. I'm going to show you how to do that. You don't even have to make your own pie crust, but I've made this one, and I have another video showing you how to make a super easy pie crust, but you could buy one just as well. So let's get started making this super delicious spicy pumpkin pie. So for this recipe, we're going to be using 3 spices: mace, cloves, and cinnamon. The mace really gives this pie a kick and makes it spicy and really sets it apart. We're going to be using 4 eggs, some salt. This is evaporated canned milk, not condensed, but evaporated. We're going to be using 4 cups of milk, and at least 2 need to be of the evaporated kind. It makes it richer and creamier. We're going to be using some pumpkin puree. This is a large can of pumpkin puree. We're going to be using sugar, like I said, a little milk, and some flour. This recipe is so simple and easy, we're actually going to use a blender. I've got my large Vitamix here, so it can handle a large amount. But you could also use your handy-dandy mixer, no problem. So I'm actually making a recipe that will make 3 to 4 round, 9-inch round pumpkin pies. But we're making industrial strength quarter sheet pies, so we're going to be using this recipe to make 2 of those. So if you want to make less, just adjust down. Or you can actually freeze this whole pie mixture as a liquid and save it for later, which is a great thing to do with the holidays coming up. So we have our large can of pumpkin puree here. Let's see, this is actually 29 ounces. We're just going to go ahead and add our 4 eggs. Now, as you can see, I'm working off a tray here, and lately I've gotten to doing this a lot because I'm kind of a forgetful baker, and more than one time I've forgotten to put an ingredient in. So I put them all on my cookie sheet, measure everything out, and have it all together so that I know I've got each and every ingredient. Works for me, also works great for filming. So 4 eggs. And at this point, I'm going to blend just a little bit there. I'm going to add my flour. I've got 4 tablespoons of flour. Now the flour is the thickener. If you want to make this a gluten-free custard without the crust, just add cornstarch. We've got 2½ cups of sugar. We're going to go ahead and add that. Now, I'm going to turn this on. I'm just going to finish adding in the rest of my milk and let that blend maybe only for 2 or 3 minutes. Just want to make sure it's fully blended. Really all it needs to be is mixed. And we also want to add in our spices now. Our cloves, our cinnamon, our little bit of salt, and our secret ingredient, the mace. So now we've got all of our ingredients mixed in our mixer, and next we are going to add this to our pre-made pie crust. Now I've got a video that'll show you exactly how to make this pie crust, or you can buy pre-made pie crusts. In the cooler section at your grocery store, you can buy pie dough, pie crust, or you can buy them already baked. So either way. Also, you could put these into little glass dishes and bake them off in it. It could be a pumpkin custard. This mixture could also be added to a cake mix to make muffins or cake. If you're going to do that, just replace all of your wet ingredients, including eggs, with this mixture. It'll turn out really rich and moist. So the last part is that we just add it to our pie crust. Just pour it in. You can see that it's not too thick. It's about as thick as a milkshake should be. And you want to pour this right up to the edge of where the fluting starts on your pie, this little crimped edge here. You want to really fill up. Okay, another trick is that I have this on a cookie sheet with a parchment underneath, so that if it boils over, it's not going to make a mess of my stove. Also, another thing is that it will give your pie stability and you can transport it no problem. If you're going to freeze this at this point, which you can do, freeze it for later, bake it later, you want to use a cookie sheet to transport it into your freezer, let it freeze down, and then cover it with plastic bag or seal it. It's also a good idea to put just a little bit of parchment just on the custard part before you put the plastic over. But this will last for months in your freezer. Fully let it defrost and then put it in the oven. So, speaking of the oven, this needs to go in the oven for 400 degrees for 15 minutes. Then turn the oven down. Let me check. I always do it wrong. Then you turn the oven down to 350 for the next 45 minutes to an hour. So this pie takes at least an hour, possibly an hour and 15 minutes to be finished. And you'll be able to tell. You want to make sure that it's just nice and firm. It'll have just a little bit of brownness. I'll show you at the end what it's going to look like. So this is the way your pie should look when it comes out of the oven. Golden brown edges, not too dark. Now if your edges do start to get too dark, you can just put a piece of tin foil around the outside and that'll prevent your edges from getting overly dark. But these turned out just right. You want your custard inside to look very rich and brown, but you notice that there's almost no cracking, and that's good. At the point where your edges start to crack a little, you know to pull your pie out. This one did take just right at an hour. Remember, it's 15 minutes at 400 and 45 minutes at 350. See how easy that was? No problem at all. As long as you have an hour to bake it, the mixing it up is a breeze. You saw that. So don't be afraid to make your own pie from scratch. And please post on Facebook and tell me how much you loved this spicy pumpkin pie. It's our family's favorite. And I really like this non-traditional shape as well. And it's super great to take to parties because it's a little bigger, serves a few more, and it's really fun to decorate, which I will be showing you in one of the next videos in our fall baking series. You can find me at The Art of Frosting on Facebook. You can find me at www.theartoffrosting.blogspot.com. You can find me at curious.com, where I now have a 10-lesson cake decorating course for beginners. You can also email me, cakedecoratinginstructor@gmail.com, for those serious cake decorating questions. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys all again really soon. Have a great holiday baking season.